that VJ Edgecombe recently made. And the headline is, I'll just read it for you. It says, VJ Edgecombe reacts to claims that LeBron James and Jaylen Brown will stunt Hill's.
VJ Edgecombe is already being hailed as the biggest loser of the offseason, according to Draymond Green, even before training camp has started. The headline here cuts straight to the heart of the fear, that LeBron James and Jaylen Brown's arrival will stunt his development. This isn't just about playing time, it's about his entire future in the league. And what Rich Paul had to say about it back in July reveals just how deep this concern runs for young players like VJ.
And the reason why I say that is because if he embraces it the right way and don't listen to anybody on these social media channels in terms
of you're only averaging 12.5 points this year.
That don't matter.
Right. Does not matter.
Because points don't necessarily equate to...
Rich Paul's advice to VJ is essentially, ignore the stats, ignore the noise. He argues that points don't always equate to a deal. But for a rising star like Edgecombe, who just finished a promising rookie season 16 months ago, telling him to accept fewer shots and lower numbers could feel like career suicide. It's a delicate balance between team success and individual growth, and this tension is exactly what VJ's trying to navigate.
I would, and by the way, I know Maxey is your guy. I might take Edgecombe's future.
Rich Paul believes VJ Edgecombe's future holds more potential than almost anyone else on that 76ers roster, even over Tyrese Maxey. That's a bold claim, especially considering Maxey's trajectory. Paul's conviction speaks to Edgecombe's raw talent and untapped ceiling. But the question remains, can that potential truly blossom when sharing the court with two ball-dominant legends?
I take Edgecombe's future over everyone. Edgecombe, as a rookie, did a couple things. First of all, he's very athletic, and secondly, he can shoot. But what I saw, Rich, when you see an athletic guy who can shoot as a rookie having a good season, I want to know how he plays when the pressure gets ratcheted up. He played well in the playoffs as a rookie.
Edgecombe's rookie season, concluded 15 months ago, showed immense promise. Athletic, a shooter, and he didn't wilt under playoff pressure. Those are foundational traits for a star. Rich Paul isn't just talking. He's highlighting specific evidence of VJ's ability to perform when it counts. The challenge now is translating that raw talent into a defined role, which is where LeBron's presence becomes a double-edged sword.
Yes, VJ's ultra talented, athletic, can do it all, etc. But sometimes me being able to do it all can lead to, maybe it's a bad shot attempt.
Right.
Maybe it's not understanding time of possession.
That's a great.
Paul's kerosene analogy is brilliant. He's saying that VJ's immense talent and ability to do it all can sometimes lead to inefficiency. Bad shots, poor time management. LeBron's arrival in this view forces Edgecombe to refine his game, to cut out the unnecessary. It's a tough love approach, suggesting that sometimes limitations are what truly forge a player. But is forcing a young talent to shed parts of his game really the path to maximizing his potential?
He's going to benefit because now he's going to be able to become such an efficient player and understanding. More importantly, I told Tristan this when LeBron came back to Cleveland. I said, Tristan, there's 5 pockets on a pair of jeans. That little one, be right there because you're going to benefit so much from that. Tristan was averaging like 8 points and 8 rebounds and got $82 million.
The Tristan Thompson comparison is telling. Thompson's numbers weren't eye-popping with LeBron in Cleveland, yet he secured a massive $82 million contract because he embraced his role as an efficient winning player. This is the model Rich Paul is selling to Edgecombe. The argument is clear. Efficiency and winning trump individual stats when you're playing alongside a generational talent. The real question for Edgecombe is if he's willing to sacrifice the individual spotlight for that type of team success.
Dangerous kind of team is the kind of team where you have players capable of doing much more than they're doing, but on this team, that's what they have to do because what that really indicates, and by the way, this was MJ's whole game. When people look at Kobe and they go, Kobe improved on MJ and da-da-da-da. But actually, MJ was more efficient. MJ dribbled less. MJ, when you watch MJ, the big difference to me between him and other players was he didn't do a thing he didn't have to do. And if
Max Kellerman's point about MJ's efficiency is critical here. Jordan didn't do a thing he didn't have to do. This implies a level of disciplined play that maximizes output with minimal waste. If Edgecombe can internalize this, learning to be incredibly efficient with his touches, then Rich Paul's vision of him thriving could become a reality. But adopting MJ's selective aggression is far easier said than done, especially for a player still developing his offensive identity.
We're discussing today. Because essentially in this article, VJ's addressing that. And I want to read it, a little bit of it. It says, the Philadelphia 76ers have been hailed as winners of the offseason, but a couple of their players have been called the losers. With LeBron James and Jaylen Brown joining the 76ers.
The article confirms the narrative. Edgecombe's being labeled a potential loser of the offseason, with Draymond Green himself weighing in. This isn't just casual chatter, it's a prominent voice in the NBA landscape openly questioning Edgecombe's future. The stakes are incredibly high, as the arrival of LeBron and Jaylen Brown fundamentally shifts the pecking order in touches available.
Brown joining the 76ers, a 76ers team that already has Joel Embiid. Concerns have been raised about Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Golden State Warrior forward Draymond Green said Edgecombe could be the biggest loser in this situation, while some former NBA players believe his growth might be stunted. The chatter has grown louder, and the 23-year-old was asked about his role and the notion that that James and Brown's arrival will stunt his development. But before we even get into what he had to say here, today's video is brought to you by a sponsor.
This segment lays out the core issue directly. Concerns have been raised about both Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. The 76ers are stacked, but that comes at a cost for the younger, developing players. Edgecombe is openly asked about his development being stunted. The pressure is on, and his answer is what everyone is waiting for, especially given the history of players adjusting to LeBron's presence.
It don't matter what happens, it's always going to be someone always going to have something to say. But I'm just looking, I just want to win. That's me, I just want to win.
Edgecombe's response is diplomatic. It don't matter what happens, something's going to always have something to say. I just want to win. This is the textbook team first answer, exactly what you'd expect from a player in his situation. But beneath the surface, there has to be some anxiety about his personal trajectory. Saying you just want to win is admirable, but how long can that sentiment sustain a young player with star aspirations?
I'm gonna still be aggressive, I'm gonna still be myself. You know, if that comes with less shots or more shots, who knows? I don't know how the course of the game is going to go, so I'm just excited to play alongside my teammates.
He continues, I'ma still be aggressive. I'm still be myself. You know, if that comes with less shots or more shots, who knows? This is the critical tightrope walk. Maintaining aggression and self-identity while potentially having fewer opportunities is incredibly difficult. He's clearly trying to project confidence and a winning mentality, but the uncertainty about shot attempts highlights the core conflict he faces next season.
Made it clear it would be amazing if he came to Philly. Sure, Edgecombe touches and shots are now likely to go down compared to his rookie season, but he is excited to play with James and learn from him. What are my thoughts about this?
The article reiterates what's obvious. Edgecombe's touches and shots are likely to go down. This isn't speculation, it's a near certainty. He's excited to play with and learn from LeBron, which is the optimistic take. But history shows that learning often comes with a decrease in individual statistical output. The challenge will be to truly grow as a player, not just as a role player, within these new constraints.
This is the formula of success when you play with LeBron. Somebody's numbers got to go into the toilet. Somebody got to be the scapegoat. Happened at every stop. Happened in Miami, that person was Chris Bosh. Went to Cleveland, that person was Kevin Love.
This is the inconvenient truth of playing with LeBron James. Someone's numbers will take a hit. Chris Bosh in Miami, Kevin Love in Cleveland. These were all stars who sacrificed significant statistical output for championships. It's a proven formula. For Edgecombe, a developing talent, this isn't just about winning. It's about a potential identity crisis as a player.
Went to Cleveland, that person was Kevin Love. Went to the Lakers, that person at certain points was Anthony Davis. All right, Anthony Davis became the odd man out. And now it's most likely going to be VJ because, one, he's the younger guy, one of the youngest guys in that starting lineup. So you have that. Number two, he is not LeBron and these guys, so he's not going to have a lot of people in media defending him. If media members had to choose between who they're going to put blame on, between LeBron James and VJ Edgecombe, like, come on, VJ, you're going to be the one that's going to get blamed.
The host hits the nail on the head. VJ is the most likely scapegoat. He's young, not a media darling like LeBron, and lacks the established reputation to deflect blame. This is the brutal reality of playing with a superstar. If the 76ers struggle, or if Edgecombe has an off night, he'll bear the brunt of the criticism. This pressure cooker environment moment could either break him or forge him into something truly special.
That this is a guy that's a young player. And players at this point in their career, they want to make a name for themselves. Same thing Shaq said. They want to make a name for themselves, number one. Number two, they want to play well enough so they can get that big contract, which is what every player that has high aspirations in the NBA wants to do. They want to get a big payday, which is totally understandable. And they want to establish themselves.
This is the crux of the issue. Young players want to make a name for themselves and earn that big contract. Edgecombe is 23 years old and just beginning his NBA journey. Sacrificing individual growth for team success is noble, but it can severely impact a player's market value. The desire for a big payday is a fundamental driver for every young athlete, and potentially stunting that isn't a small thing.
The trajectory going now, it doesn't mean that he can't grow into a great player. We've seen players that were kind of like role players to start off and they blossomed. Perfect example of that is James Harden. James Harden, when he was playing with the Oklahoma City Thunder, he was coming off the bench.
The James Harden example is an excellent counterpoint. Harden was a role player in OKC before blossoming into an MVP in Houston. This shows that a slower start or a period of playing a defined role doesn't necessarily doom a player's long-term potential. Edgecombe could follow a similar path, learning invaluable lessons now that pay dividends later, even if it's with another team.
But this is something that's going to have to be factored in, right? He's going to have to factor in. A lot of people wanted, LeBron fans wanted Austin Reeves to take a step back, take less money for the billionaire. You can't even make this stuff up. They wanted Reeves to take less money for a guy that's made over $500 million.
The absurd expectation for Austin Reeves to take less money for LeBron is a perfect illustration of the fan perspective. Team success above all, even at the cost of a young player's financial future. Reeves rightly chose his money. This is the reality Edgecombe faces. Fans will demand sacrifice, but his career and livelihood are at stake. This isn't just about basketball, it's about business.
Over $500 million in just earnings in the NBA. He wanted that guy to take less money. Reeves was like, no, I'm going to take the money that I can get all of it. So I think this is something that we're definitely going to have to pay attention to because someone is going to have to sacrifice.
The host emphasizes that someone is going to have to sacrifice. It's an undeniable truth. The pie isn't getting any bigger, and with LeBron and Brown, the slices are already distributed. Edgecombe, despite his talent, is likely to be the one has to take the smallest piece. This creates a fascinating dynamic where personal ambition clashes directly with team aspirations.
That we're definitely going to have to pay attention to because someone is going to have to sacrifice. And I saw a quote, I think it was from Tyrese Maxey, where he said, you can't have any big egos on this. You can't have any egos on this team. And I'm like, all right, okay, good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with not having any egos on this team.
Tyrese Maxey's quote about no big egos on this team is wishful thinking. A team with LeBron James, Joel Embiid, and Jaylen Brown is inherently built around big egos and alpha mentalities. The challenge for Edgecombe isn't just about sacrificing shots. It's about navigating the powerful personalities and established hierarchies that come with a super team. Good luck indeed, Maxey, because the Eagles are already soaring.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Devans, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So today we got a great show. Welcome again to another week. We're almost through the month of August, so we're
all right, folks, buckle up because we're diving deep into the latest drama surrounding the Sixers' future. LeBron James's move has everyone talking, and guess who's finally speaking out? Let's kick things off with Charles Devans, who's got some thoughts on the situation.
That's so confusing.
OG Anunoby got, because he's a winning player, and it was very clear, his quality of his play when healthy was very clear, got $200-something million.
Yeah, it's value. Because it's value.
Edgecombe, to me, out of everyone on that team.
The NBA landscape shifts with every major signing, and the ripple effects are felt by players on every team. When a superstar changes jerseys, it inevitably impacts the roster around them. And this time, a lot of eyes are on what it means for Edgecombe.
But before we even get into what he had to say here, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Kachava. Now, before we continue, let me tell you something. This year, I got serious about taking care of my body, my training, my nutrition, all of it. Nothing extreme. I just wanted to take better care of myself. But my days get busy between work, moving around, taking care of my daughter, trying to go to the gym, buying groceries.
You know, talking about professional athletes and their careers often brings up the importance of peak performance. Whether you're a pro or just trying to stay on top of your game, what you put into your body truly matters.
Work, moving around, taking care of my daughter, trying to go to the gym, buying groceries. Life fills up fast, And when it does, nutrition is the first thing to fall apart. I would skip meals, grab whatever was easy, and feel it by the afternoon. Then I started using Kachava's new travel pack.
And it's not just for professional athletes. For all of us, juggling the demands of work, life, and personal goals can make it incredibly tough to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Sometimes the first thing to slip is our nutrition.
Travel pack. Just one packet gives you complete nutrition ready for life to go on. Plant-based protein, fiber, greens, vitamins, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more.
This isn't about some miracle cure. It's about smart, sustainable choices that fit into your busy life. When you need that consistent fuel and complete package to keep you going, it makes all the difference.
Electrolytes, and more. No artificial flavors, no sweeteners, no soy, no gluten, no preservatives, and no animal products. All the nutrition my body craves in one delicious shake, packed to go. It keeps my energy steady all day, and more importantly, it actually tastes amazing. If you have been meaning to take better care of yourself, this is the easiest place to start. Take your daily ritual with you. Go to Kachava.com.
Finding something that truly supports your health goals without compromising on taste or quality can be a real challenge. But when you hit that sweet spot, where it's both beneficial and enjoyable, that's when you know you found a winner.
Play alongside my teammates. I feel like we have a chance to do something really special, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Fantastic. So you heard what he had to say. Let's continue on. It says, Edgecombe smirked as the question was being asked, and it's clear he isn't too worried about this. Before James signed with the 76ers, the young guard made it clear it would be amazing if he came to Philly. Sure, Edgecombe touches...
So, you've heard the whispers, the speculation, and now it's time to get down to what really matters. We've been discussing the buzz, but let's see how Edgecombe himself is responding to all the noise about LeBron and his own future with the team.